Hey guys, it's Claire. I am one half of the folk rock duo, the Dogwoods, and I just wanted to quickly introduce this video because we were out filming our garden tour today and it got so hot, all of our cameras overheated. And every time we would try to go out, our cameras would overheat. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and show you the footage that we have. So I hope you enjoy this. We're so glad that you're here. Welcome if you're new. Please consider subscribing if you'd like to keep up with us. And we really love all the comments. So when people take the time to send us a note and tell us about themselves, it means the world to us. This building community is really, what's making this so much fun. So we'd love to get to know you if you have the time to leave us a comment. So enjoy, and we'll see you soon. Look at this gardenia. It is in bloom and then some. Smells amazing. And this hydrangea is blooming. Last year, this hydrangea did not bloom at all. And I really don't remember it being purple, but I guess it always was. We didn't plant that. That was something that the previous residents did for us. This is the window greenhouse that Don has built. He's still working on it. Let me show you. We harvested some onions. And so we've got a bunch of onions that I need to get in and take care of. We've got some cucumbers, some squash, and some more cucumbers coming up. And then we got peppers going. And then there's some more onions. They've been out here for about a week. You can see how everything is dry. So it's ready to come in. And then I've got some garlic bulbs. I wouldn't normally throw stuff on the ground like that, but we were harvesting onions and garlic and it started to pour down rain. So I literally ran in here and just was tossing stuff to get it out of the rain. When you pull things up, you want them to cure for a little bit. And of course, if they get wet, they can rot. And so we had 4 and 5 days of dry weather. So it was the perfect time to harvest it. So when it started pouring down rain, I thought, oh my gosh, I got to get this stuff out of here. So I need to take care of the garlic. I have a few more garlics that I'm going to pull today in the green stalks. Let me show you those. These are the garlics that we planted in the green stalk. I'm not going to do that again. None of the garlics in the other green stalk did great. I'm just not going to do this. But look, this one has this garlic scape. And I'd love to tell you a little bit about that. So do those two. They look like little hooks. You see them? And then before I get into the scapes, there's some parsley. And then this parsley is going to seed. That's really pretty, isn't it? You'll notice that we have all this cardboard down still. This was an apple tree. It needs to come out. It's not done well. It was planted at the exact same time as the peach tree, which is obviously done phenomenally. This is its first real year, so we didn't get any fruit on it, but we weren't really expecting to. We just wanted to get established. But part of why I've got the cardboard down is we're trying to take care of the weeds. We're wanting to sort of work the soil. We have that really heavy Georgia red clay soil. And when we get the apple tree out, I'm going to start focusing on a permaculture guild for the peach trees. So you guys can tune back in and keep up with us on that. Look at our little crazy patch. This is the pumpkin patch. See, those are some big old pumpkin plants. I think we're going to have them this year. In time for the Halloween Thanksgiving. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Look how giant this plant is. And if you don't know, pumpkin patches vine. And so they vine and they take up a lot of room. And that's one plant, you guys. They also need a lot of water, and we've not been getting any, and we don't have drip out here. So we need to water this for sure. And then I just planted some sunflowers around the perimeter. That one looks like we may get something gorgeous. But I believe this one opened up yesterday. Let's see. Maybe previously and I just didn't notice it. So that's this little patch. And then behind the pumpkin patch, we have 3 dogwoods, which are trees that like to be in a little bit of shade. And so we planted some gladiolas, which you can see those popping up as a border. And I also planted a wildflower garden. And it is definitely starting to come up. Some of these are weeds, unfortunately, but this little area of wildness, I'm very happy with. You can see that's a calendula that was there last year, reseeded, and now it's stuck in the middle of oregano. These are potato plants that are well past their prime. We need to go ahead and get these dug up. Look at our edamame. Isn't that pretty? And this is a random. You know, I really like the wildness of the garden, and this seeded itself, we do not know what it is. I thought originally it was a Cosmo. Now I'm not so sure. It kind of looks like fennel. But behind it is a tomato. You can see we've got some fruit on it. This also reseeded itself from last year. It was a volunteer. So we're leaving it. And then these are ground cherries. And the ground cherries have little tomatillas, like a little husk. Here, there's a better view of it. Can you see that? And they're called ground cherries. When they're ripe and ready to eat, they fall to the ground. And that husk is gonna go from that green color to a golden beige color. So they'll just be on the ground, and you can pick them up and snack on them. Our strawberry patch is doing well. We have gotten so many strawberries out of this thing. You know, last year we planted it and we didn't really get any. I think we just planted it too late in the season. I mean, look at this. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous strawberry. There's one down here too. Oh, 2 more. So our hope is that the strawberry patch is just gonna fill on in, and you can see the runners are going over there, fill this side of the bed in. So Zena and I play a game. I eat half the strawberry. There you go. Throw her the other half. You ready, Zena? We could do this all day. Ready? Good girl. Now, if I walk through the original garden beds, we've got cucumbers on the trellis. We've got some flowers, so it shouldn't be too long. I let the onions go to seed. And so you can see that's the onion head. I think they're just gorgeous. And if you can look closely, you'll see the little black spots. Those are the actual onion seeds that we can save. The dill is flowering. And of course, I think it's a beautiful flower. But it'll then just reseed itself. I won't save those. I'll just let them drop into the ground. It'll come up again. And then we've got some tomatoes. And our David Austin roses right here on this side of this trellis. And on this side, it's a little bit hidden by this tomato plant, which also was a volunteer. And it looks like it's an Amy's apricot, which we grew in this bed last year. We didn't grow them right here. But you can see we've got some action. I've got the purple basil. And then this bed is also potato plants. And we'll just have to see. Like I said, when we pull them up, we'll let you know what size they are. We've got some asparagus, which, you know, you don't harvest asparagus for the first couple of years. So we're just letting it grow and get established. It's year 2. This is cilantro that I've let go to seed. So it's flowering right now. More potatoes. Now see, these haven't died back yet, and there's different varieties of potatoes, so depending on the maturity level will depend on when they die back. That's the last of our carrots. That's my catnip, also a huge plant. Here's some more dill. It's flowering away. I think the dill flower is really beautiful. Okay guys, I had to come inside because it's so hot outside. All of our cameras overheated. So welcome to Georgia. I wanted to follow up on the garlic scapes because that is something that I think is really important. First of all, garlic scapes grow on hardneck garlic, and typically you see hardneck garlic being grown in colder climates. However, we've grown it for the last 3 years and we haven't had any issue with it whatsoever. So it grows at least well here north of Atlanta. We're in zone 7B. But last year we grew softneck and hardneck, and this year I decided to do hardneck. So that those scapes are edible, first of all. And there was a time period when they would just get tossed and thrown away, because at the end of that scape, you notice there's a little bit of a hook. That is what will become the flower bud. And so if you let it continue to develop, then your plant is putting energy towards the flower bud and reproducing for next year versus putting the energy into the garlic bulb. So you want to go ahead and pull that thing off. But when you do, I really want to encourage you to eat your garlic scapes because they are so good. They are milder than a garlic clove, but have the ability to sort of act in anything just like you would do a chive, except for it's got a garlicky flavor. You can lightly saute it with, salt and pepper and olive oil. You can dice them up and add them to a salad, add them on eggs. You can make a garlic scape pesto. I mean, there's all kinds of recipes. So if you go online, you can probably find something that would wet your whistle. But the garlic scapes usually show up about a month before the garlic is ready to harvest. So that is something that we want to look for and then know you're probably about 30 days out. So for us, it looks like mid-July is when the garlic in the green stalk is going to come out. Okay, guys, so I hope that you enjoyed the video. It's mid-June. Things are really getting into action for us. We would love to hear from you what type of content you would like to continue to see. Would you like to know more about the greenhouse? Would you like to know more about the onions, the garlic? Would you like to see us harvest our potatoes? Would you like to know more about the seedlings or the cucumbers or the hugelkultur bed, the pumpkin patch? We've just got so much going on that sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming. Like, do we want to film one big long video that has all this stuff in it, or do we want to break it down into chunks? Like the last video we did, the turnip video, that was actually part of a bigger video, but we just decided to edit out everything but the turnips, and people seem to really like that. And in fact, just as an update, we fermented the turnips and they're amazing. So maybe that's something that you want to know more of. So leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see more of. Do you like the full garden tours? Would you rather see chopped down, content into smaller bits and pieces? And we will take a cue from you. So your feedback is very, very important. And we hope you're having a wonderful, safe June. We're enjoying the summer. We hope you're enjoying the summer. And we will be back with you next week.